Mary Claire loves mostly vegetarian food, so I've decided to do a risotto, but it's my take on a risotto. It's an Ozotto. I'm using orzo pasta to make it. I hope she really likes it. So we're going to start off with, I'm using a wok because it's large space. Get my heat up high, and I'm going to pop in some olive oil. This is packed with vegetables, so I think she'll enjoy it. So let's start with some onion. So the red onion's nice for a bit of sweetness, so pop this in. And we go with some leeks. So already there's a lovely colour building up in here. So the next thing I want to put in, because I know these are going to take a bit longer to cook, carrots just diced and some celeriac. So you can play with the recipe as you want, whatever vegetables you have to hand and whatever's in season. There's a whole variety of colour going on here, but most importantly at this point I need to get these vegetables softened a little bit, because it's a much faster recipe than a risotto in the sense that the orzo is already par cooked. So it comes together very quickly. So what you do is you get a nice bit of heat onto the veggies, and then when they warm up we put a paper lid on it, also known as a cartouche, turn the heat down low and just let them sweat a bit just to speed up the cooking process. Next, garlic. You can't have a risotto or an orzotto without garlic. In that goes, and we need to cook that off. So literally 30 seconds for garlic. See, if I'd have put the garlic in too early, I was afraid it might burn. So this is just a last minute thing. Now it's beginning to smell of the Mediterranean. Next on the list, like any good risotto, vino. So in goes our white wine. Just want to cook off the alcohol a little bit here. And the next thing I want to show you is, this here is orzo. It's absolutely lovely. It's actually a pasta. It's shaped like rice. And when you're doing it for a dish like this, you cook it in advance. So I cooked it in some stock to get this. That's lovely, lovely pasta. It's like a sticky rice really, but it's more of a bite in it than there is in rice. So we pop this in, not all of it. I've made extra. Just really eyeballing it to see what the quantity of veg to orzo is. That looks about right. This is such a super healthy dish, and it's so easy to do at home, honestly. And you can serve it with chicken or rice if you want it to be more substantial and not just have it as a vegetarian meal. For example, if I was doing this for my children at home, this would be almost the side dish. The carbs and the veg are one, and then on the side, maybe a bit of salmon or a little bit of cod. Next in, I have cherry tomatoes. They're rather large, but they're going to burst into it. Next, stock. So I'm putting in a bit of chicken stock just to bring some creaminess to the dish. Tomatoes are bursting open, and we're ready for the final stage, which is the asparagus. And that's all the veggies in. I always think asparagus is a lovely vegetable to cook with, not only because of the flavour, but the shape of it. It's such an elegant vegetable, and I think it makes a good dish classy. Now we need a drop of cream. Because remember, this is not risotto rice, so we won't have the natural creaminess that you get from the risotto rice. So that's why we're adding in a little bit of cream. And you can't get away without using parmesan. So grate some parmesan in there, and that'll bring a natural saltiness to this dish, and the depth of flavour, and the parmesan will make it nice and creamy and thick. And now for some chopped herbs, some chives, some parsley, and sure, we might as well put in a little bit of butter when we're at it. And that's it, it's just done. And the downside of my job is I have to taste the food. So let's check it. A little bit of pepper. And if I may say so, it's perfect. And let's serve some up. That's it, Ozotto. Buon appetito.